Hi everybody, this is Kevin Lim from Mean Noodles here in Hong Kong. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a simple tomato sauce recipe, and from this you can actually create 3 items out of it. Obviously more, but in my case I'm showing you 3. The first one is a pizza, so you can use it from its raw form after coming out of the blender. And then the next is actually going to be a vegetarian tomato sauce pasta. And then I'm also going to show you a lasagna recipe, which we just add beef. Vegetarians or vegans, you can use meat substitutes. So let's get started and let's go. So here you can see I'm just placing 2 paper towels and then the cutting board over it just to prevent it from slipping. The only thing you need to cut in this recipe is the onions, but in some cases I know you can actually buy onions that are pre-cut at some grocery stores. Just give it a rough chop just so it makes it easier for your food processor to blend it up. So very simple, as I mentioned, you can pour everything in there, but you can see I make it look a little bit prettier just because of my design background. You can see I place it in there nicely, layering it, but in reality you can just pour everything in there. It doesn't matter what order you're putting it in. Just pour it all in and then turn it on, put the cover on, turn it on, and blend away. So again, very similar to the mascarpone recipe. Depending on how fine you want this or how rustic you want it, that will determine how long you want to blend it for. And once this is done, just pour it into a container and it's ready to use. For the pizza recipe, you want to preheat your oven to as hot as you can. So here I'm just dusting with some flour just so it doesn't stick, and you can see my dough is actually very soft. It's a sourdough that's been sitting in the freezer for a while, so I'm just being very gentle with this just so it doesn't break. Then you just slather some of the tomato sauce on. In my case, I'm using fresh mozzarella, and you just break it apart and then just put it over evenly. Drizzle of olive oil, and this goes into the oven. So here I'm showing you the pasta and lasagna recipe side by side just so you can see that the procedures are very similar. So first I'm just going to add some olive oil to the pan, and then I'm going to saute the garlic and the onions until it's fragrant. In the lasagna, you can see that I'm adding the beef, and as you can see, I'm seasoning as I go, just a little bit of salt and pepper, just so it builds up that flavor. And you just want to get some caramelization on it, just a little bit browning to bring out the extra flavor. So after the tomato sauce, I cook it down for about half an hour, just to let the flavors develop. And in the scene of the lasagna, you can see after the sauce is prepared, I will start layering the lasagna. So in this, you want to go sauce, pasta sheet, and then the cheese, and then repeat that. And obviously depending on how much sauce you made, you might have 3 or 4 layers. But for the last layer, you actually want to finish it off with pasta sheet, the meat, and then the cheese on top so that you can get that nice caramelization from the oven. Or in some cases, if you're using a wood fire, you could get that char on the cheese. And for the lasagna, I've actually just pre-cooked it before I used it, just to speed up the cooking process in the oven. You can actually also buy fresh pasta sheets straight out of the packaging. So this is how you turn my tomato sauce recipe into 3 different products: pizza, pasta sauce, and then also lasagna sauce. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.